Hey, welcome back to the Indy Airstrip Attack. Thank you all for joining us, or maybe rejoining us if this is your way back in to the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you, of course, by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Appreciate everybody tuning back in. We've got syndication partners. We've got 1320 Video. We've got Street FX. We've got Car Buzz. They're out here actually in a nice plum crazy purple Dodge. We got that Racing Channel, Revolution.com, Shift Sector, and of course, none other than JeffreyJHart.com. So once again, appreciate everybody being out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. We've got all kinds of announcements. We've got Unleaded 88. Just so you know, they're clean burning, high octane, 15% ethanol blend. Is engine smart and earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Couple races here. We got Seth Moore in that Camaro, Glenn Graham in that Challenger. Waiting for the mile an hour to pop up there on your screen. 152.5 for Seth, 153.3 for Glenn in that Challenger. Pretty close race. Now we got Peter in that Audi TT RS. Been a best of 155.7. Michael in his Mustang with a 152.9. Let's not forget the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. They serve Indiana's corn farmers that help create demand and broaden markets, opening opportunities down the road and across the globe for Indiana's corn farmers. Obviously, the reach is far. Indiana, Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan, Illinois, and Nebraska. Peter right there with a 154.06 in that bad boy Audi. Michael with a 151. Launching right now. Wait for this. That's Kevin Tweedy in that Prelude. Spencer King in that Z06. Who's gonna be? Wait for that Prelude. It's a prelude to Gapplebee's is what's gonna happen. Mile an hour coming up. 165.99. What did I tell you? Prelude for the mile an hour win to a 156.5. Sean Cawthorn in a 05 Magnum RT. Jody Workman in a 2010 Mustang. 15 miles an hour separates these two. Pretty excited. I've got a nice interview coming up here, so you're not going to want to miss out on that. Looks like Sean's taking up the tail end there. Wait for it, wait for it. Been a best of 115. Did he better that? We're going to find out. Inquiring minds want to know. Pretty much the exact same, a little better, 115.8. Jody's 130.66. Couple Corvettes, got a ZR1 on a Z06. Pretty big mile an hour gap here. You can see it now. Gap and Tizer engaged. Dennis Morgan in that Z06, mile an hour. 175.92 up against 138.63 for the Z06. Good job there. Look at this nice little, it's one of our Unleaded 88 Hellcats up on the line right now. You can see, or right there, you can see it on your screen. Pretty cool too, because of course I'm going to be doing an interview here with Alina. And of course, that's from Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Right now, though, we're watching Travis and Mark. Travis in that crazy Z06. Put a best of 162. Let's see if he bettered that. 161.8. Mark with that Firebird. $131.77 for Mark. Up next, Rami Swan, local guy, lots of runs, always fast out here, 163.04 best. David Shorts in that Challenger. Mile an hour coming up on these. $156.2 for Rami Swan. David with a 147.7. Gregory in the Mustang GT up against Steve Crabtree in that M6. That's what I have coming up. right, that's Slava right there in that M6 up against Glenn in that crazy Trackhawk Jeep Grand Cherokee. .14, 164.4 for the M6. Pretty close, tight race there. A little Mustang on Corvette action. Ricardo in the Corvette, Ben in the GT500. No crowds were harmed during this race. Hey there, welcome back to Indiana Airstrip Attack, brought to you of course by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. I'm sitting here right now. I've been excited to do this interview. I've got Elena here with the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, and of course I had a couple of questions for her. So starting with just a brief quick history. So it sounds like you're from here and you moved to Vegas and back. Tell us why.
Well, my family is from Indiana, but we actually have been living in Indianapolis, grew up in Indianapolis, got into the hospitality and tourism management business, moved out to Las Vegas, worked for some very large hotels for some very important people, and then I decided, got back to Indiana to see my family. This is where my roots are, and I'm happy to be back.
Nice. Well, you know what? I know that you do everything that has anything to do with basically corn-related fuels and whatnot. I see you got Unleaded 88 there. Big, strong showing today with Unleaded 88. Appreciate that. And I heard that there's an app that you wanted to tell us about.
Yes, so we, Indiana Corn Marketing Council, along with a lot of my states that you've been announcing today, particularly Kansas and Kentucky, who are here with me today on site, we've got a Gas Buddy app, a partnership actually, and they are huge supporters of all types of fuels that you fill up with your car every day. And so basically if you go to download the free Gas Buddy app, you can filter the Unleaded 88, which is our brand that we're focusing on here today, and you can find a station nearest you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hang on just a second. I'm going to hit a couple of these races. We just had Corey Combs go by in that Mustang GT. That's that Cookie Monster Blue one. Kind of cool, actually. 151.26 miles an hour. Tracy, I don't know what happened to that car. 80.96 miles an hour. Maybe they need some of that Unleaded 88. What do you think?
Yes, I can help them with that.
I bet you could. Up next, we got Sean in this Porsche 911 Turbo. Bit of best of 159.1. Tom in that Grand Sport. Looks like he's going to tow him down to the end. Definitely hit the gapitizer on that one. So tell us a little bit more about the Indiana Corn Marketing Council.
Indiana Corn Marketing Council, it is a farmer-led, non-for-profit, and basically our whole goal is to find new markets and broaden demand for corn to make money for the corn farmers. And a form of doing that is by having their corn go to ethanol plants, which we've got one right here in Marion, Indiana, called Central Indiana Ethanol.
Love that.
And work with them as well to create ethanol that goes to the fuels and racks and then ends up at your local gas station. So 10% of every gallon of fuel that you pump in your car has ethanol in it.
That's amazing. What's this about higher octane in the Unleaded 88? Tell me about that, please.
Yeah, so not only is Unleaded 88 cleaner, it's a high octane, low cost fuel for virtually every vehicle on the road today, and it helps your engine run more efficiently. And so along with Gas Buddy app, you can also go to unl88.com, another outlet to find stations that are near you as well.
So there you go. I mean, higher octane and lower cost, you can't beat that. I got to bust into a race here. I got my friend Stuart Libby out here on that Honda S2000. He's looking for 200 miles an hour. What's he going to do? You ever seen a Honda S2000 go that fast?
No.
Me either.
I only know I can come here at the Indy Airstrip Attack,
That's
and that's
right.
where I get to watch it.
He's been a best. There he is. That's his new best, 195.14. He's going to be excited about that. Live shot from our pits there. You can kind of check everything out. There's a lot of activity going on. Obviously, a lot of cars moving around, getting ready to go up to the grid. Right now, it looks like we've got a Porsche 911 and an 06 Z06. They're out there running right now. Well, tell me a little bit about, it sounds like you had a short career, but I think it should be longer as a grid girl. Tell me a little bit about that.
As a grid girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, so today I got the opportunity, like I did last year, to go out and start a couple of the cars, and there was some pretty awesome cars here. Not only are the cars from MAB, INDY, and Mark Bayless and Tyler McGinney with McGinney Motorworks, but I also saw a really cool Lamborghini out there with our Unleaded 88 sticker, and it was
that's the
moving
white one.
fast. The
Yeah,
white one, yeah, that was nice.
That car was moving pretty good. So you think maybe that's like a secondary thing? Are you gonna do something like that, or?
I mean, anything's possible if it's gonna help create demand for the market.
Well, I would say it can't hurt. Just throwing it out there. So right now we got Serranis in the GT3 up against David Webster in that Challenger. He's coming up. There they are right there. It looks like the flying pumpkin there. So let me ask you a couple questions. It looks like the Flex Fuel Forward. Tell me a little bit about what you have going on as far as where can I find this stuff?
That's a really great question. Thank you. Yeah, so some of our sponsors I wanted to highlight, along with, of course, Indiana Corn Marketing Council. I've got Flex Fuel Forward. It's a site where retailers can learn and how to get grant funding to put in pumps and infrastructure to sell Unleaded 88. We've also have Greater Indiana Clean Cities Coalition here. Our executive director, Terry Garvin. I actually sit in the board president currently for this organization that helps find alternative fuels that become safer for the environment and the air.
Grid girl and on the board. Look at this. Here we go.
Well, you just tell me when I can talk and when I can't, because I want to make sure I don't put the races on.
No, you're 100% great. We're going good. So is there any other shout outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, Dover Fueling Systems. They're a global provider for equipment for retailers and gas stations across the world. And they've got some really new technology. Everything's going digital, so you're going to be hearing it first from me, but the buttons you push now are going to be all digitized, and it's going to be just a very interactive experience at the pump. I can't forget American Lung Association.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
Big with environmental and making our air cleaner.
Yeah, all the support that obviously the American Lung Association gives, and I can't thank you enough for coming over with an interview. Appreciate that. Without you guys being here, and of course Unleaded 88, we wouldn't be doing this broadcast. So to everybody at home, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Unleaded 88, and of course the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. That wouldn't be an option to actually broadcast this like we are. So thank you once again, Lena, for coming over, and appreciate everything that you do for all of us here at Shift Sector and Revolution.com, and of course just the environment with all your awesome fuel.
Thank you. I really appreciate being here, and I look forward to being back again. Thank you, Jimmy. You always do a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. We'll get back to some racing here now. Looks like we got Rami Swan back again, full circle up against David Shorts in that 19 Challenger Red Eye. All right, we're back at it here. Dan in that Z01, Jamie Mumpower in that Camaro. Both of them within a mile an hour of each other, at least best of thus far. Excited for that. Let's not forget, all of our... Oh, there we go. We got Josh Kalis in a 69 Camaro. Love seeing that car out here. Woo! Between that 69 Camaro and that 56 Chev, doesn't get much better than that. Let's see what he did mile an hour this time around. 187.19 best. No, it's pretty close. They've been 187 3 times. Here we go. We got Vengeance Racing and their new C8 Corvette. Check it out. If you haven't seen one already, you're seeing it live right now. You can actually, if you're here, you can physically touch that car. Pretty cool car. Speaking of Corvettes, there's John Moore and Zach Moore. John is in the Corvette. Zach is in the ZL1. Another shout out, of course, to our syndication partners. We got 1320 Video. Appreciate them. They're here right now. They're doing interviews. They're doing filming. Appreciate all of everything that they do for us. We've got That Racing Channel. Car Buzz is here. They've got that plum crazy purple. Here's another unleaded 88 cars. There they are right there. Sorry about that. I got all tied up on that C8. That's Mark Bayless and Tyler McGinney, both in the unleaded 88 cars. Lots of cars out here running the unleaded 88, so appreciate that. 130.4 to 150.00. That's not the only 150.00. Looks like they did two. That's crazy. Car's pretty consistent. Julian Bassler in that Nismo. Seth Moore in the Camaro. Here we go. Looks like the Camaro might have a transmission misshift. Not sure what happened. Suddenly slowed down. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Catch it on screen right there. Yeah, hopefully nothing serious. It just all of a sudden went slow. Nick Cazole in that McLaren 720S. Dominic in that Corvette. First McLaren that I've seen out here at this event anyway. Hit him with that Gapetizer sandwich. McLaren's been a best of 169.11 today. Just did a 166.11. 147.5 for the Corvette. Spencer King in the Z06. John in the Porsche 911 Turbo S. John's been a best of 158.7. 152.08 for the Corvette. Got all kinds of good activity happening in the pits. I'll get somebody over there to show you more action here soon. It's like a little smoke coming out of that one. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe I can get the camera guy to hone in on that. There we go. Check all these cars out. There's that Cookie Monster blue Mustang. You can see it there on your screen. Got one of the Dodges. Oh yeah, there's that beautiful Z06 in blue. Looks good, sounds good. To all of our fans at home, who wants to see that? Who wants to see that C8 run the half mile? Anybody? Anybody want to see the Vengeance Racing C8 run the half mile? I don't know if they brought it to run or just to show or look at. I sure hope so. I know I'm excited to see that out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Unleaded 88. Of course, we got the First Farmers Bank and Trust. We got their big giant green piggy bank out here. On the line now, we got a Corvette up and a Camaro. Camaro looks like he's going to go around the outside. A little sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky for sure. 168.4 to 160.6. Rami Swan back for his 8 millionth run today. He's doing real good in that Mustang. Bryce Clark in the Corvette. Looks like somebody's either taking it on a trailer or taking it off. I'm not sure which. They're in the pits. Right there, Grid Girl, that's Chrissy. You can check her out on Instagram. Chrissy4Cars is her Instagram handle. We've got the launch, and that's not all. That's Rami Swan and that Mustang, Bryce Clark and the Corvette. Here they come. Rami Swan making him pay the bill. Mile an hour coming up. Look at that beautiful Porsche out there. Rami Swan with a 156.4, Bryce with a 134.5. Here's that old school Firebird up against a new school Challenger. 860 horsepower in the Challenger, 600 in the Firebird. There's been a few actual quarter-mile cars come join us out here in the half mile. That's been a lot of fun to see. Appreciate them all coming out here to let them eat. 144.7 for Glenn in the Challenger, 127.3 for the Firebird. We got Brayton in that Challenger, Dan Trickle in the Camaro. Camaro's been a best of 172.3. That thing's got 1,200 horsepower. It is no joke. A little rough getting off the line, but he's making up some ground. Here he comes. He's going slingshot mode, engaged. Boom, boom, and he threw down the chute. Look at that. Let's say he showed his poker face, 146.6 for the Challenger, 175.17, and a new best today for Dan in the Camaro. Nicely done. Jim England in the Z06, put a best of 149.01. Breyer Challenger. That is the Carbuzz Hellcat. Boy, it's always cool when they rev their motors in front of the live stream. Thanks a lot for doing that for no reason at all. Rice, baby, rice, rev it up. All right, so Jim England in that Z06, 148.66. Breyer with a 143.3. That was in, of course, the Carbuzz Hellcat. Jake, not from State Farm, in the Viper, up against Matt in the Viper. A little snake-on-snake crime going on. Looks like it's going to be gold wheels for the win. Mile an hour coming up. I always thought it was cool when the Mustangs drive through the parking lot and rev up their motors. Hey, that'll cool it down. Way to go. Hey, look, a crowd. No, I'm just kidding. All right, 144.1 for Jake. Matt with a 138.1. I can say these things because I have a Mustang, so just throwing it out there. Slava back in that M6 and the Lamborghini Huracan. Right there, it's an unleaded 88 car out there having a good time. Mile an hour on both of them. 164 for Slava. Todd in the beautiful Huracan, 148.1. Looks like we got car number 40. Not sure what that is yet. Going up against Mike in that AMG GTC. AMG's been a best of 150.8. And certainly has activated the launch control because it is bye-bye. She gone. AMG for the launch control win. That was Eugene McAllister in the 335. Ay. So actually Eugene's been a little faster. 148.9 for Mike. Eugene, mile an hour coming up. 142.5. Now we got Roy Binkley in the Camaro SS up against Tom Enos in his GTR. 1,300 horsepower in this GTR, 199.2. Something tells me it has a lot more than 1,300 horsepower, just saying. We're going to find out, though. That is definitely the Pumpkin Spice Latte GTR of the day. 197.11 for Tom in that pumpkin spice latte GTR. Roy with a 152.3. Eric Klein in the Ford Fiesta. He won't stop till he gets to 122.3 miles an hour. Brian Zolman in the Mustang. He's having a good time though. Look at him go. Don't worry, he'll get down to the finish line eventually. Hey, just think of the miles per gallon he's getting, right? We got Car Buzz coming up. There it is right there. Look at that beaut. Plum Crazy Purple, Plum Crazy People driving it from Car Buzz. Gotta like that. Thank you for the support. Eric Klein with a blistering 118.2. Brian Zolman with a 134.6. Tom Kilhoffer in that Grand Sport up against Wiley in that GT500. Hey, look, it's Wiley in a Coyote. That's actually kind of funny right there. I don't care who you are. Technically, it's not a Coyote, but still, it's a Mustang. It's kind of funny. No worries. I'll be here all day. Tom Kilhoffer in that Grand Sport going to drag him down to the ends. Wiley Coyote with a 152.5, 156.03 for Tom in that Grand Sport. Mark Bayless in that unleaded 88 car. Arthur Richardson in that GT350. Both unleaded 88 cars. Looks like Mark might have got out of it, saving a little fuel maybe. Two cars at the end of the runway. It looks like something's off on the end. We just sent two cars. Hopefully nothing's going to go crazy here. I can't see it from my vantage point. Hopefully the drivers can. Gonna get that looked at. I don't know if they decided to just maybe take in the view. Going to take a look at that right now and see what's going on. Going to get back to racing here in just a little bit. Obviously, we got something happen down there, but I can't see it from my vantage point. I don't think it's anything serious by any stretch. Looks like a couple guys just slowed down and camped out. Looks like a car may have went off at the end of the track out here at the Indy Airstrip attack, and we'll be right back with you shortly. We're going to get that 10 to 2. I don't think anybody's hurt or anything like that, but we're just trying to get to the bottom of it, and so we will be right back. Just waiting to see what we have kind of going on down there. And, of course, I don't think it's anything serious, so hopefully it's not. So just an update to all of our viewers at home and maybe the ones in the stands that can't see. We've got obviously a car that went off track. Not sure exactly what happened. It doesn't sound like anybody's hurt. Car sounds like it's probably okay, but we got to get it obviously off the end of our airstrip to make sure everybody's safe. So we will be back to racing momentarily as soon as we get that tended to. So there's your update. Everything seems to be good out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. So out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, we're just kind of waiting for basically all the activity down at the finish line. There's a car that might have went off track. Everybody's okay. There's no personal damage that I'm aware of. This is a 200-mile-an-hour car, I believe. So we're just kind of holding steady, getting that cleared off, and then we'll be right back to racing as soon as we do. Meantime, appreciate everybody being here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Indiana Corn Marketing Council and, of course, Unleaded 88. But we'll be back to racing momentarily. It doesn't take long to get these things scooped up. I think they're just out maybe in the pea gravel or something out there. I'm not 100% sure. But when I have more to report, I'll certainly come back on and do that. At this point, just hang tight. We'll be right back with you here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. Once again, out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Unleaded 88. Appreciate. I got new information in my ear right now. So it sounds like there is a little bit of cosmetic damage to that GTR. We're obviously working on getting it towed out of where it's at right now. I don't think the car did. It obviously just has some damage potentially in the front and probably underneath it. Oh, it looks like this just in. It looks like it hits one of the, or it hit one of the lighting things. That's basically, I don't know if it's an airport landing light or whatever's at the very end of the runway. But that's all right. They're made to be replaced. And I think the key takeaway here is two things. Obviously, using the brakes is a positive thing when you're going 200 miles an hour on an airstrip. Just saying. Don't know. Maybe there was something wrong with the brakes. That could be too. But just saying that. And also, you know, when you're using a parachute, drive through the parachute. It looks like we're getting closer and closer. We're probably 30 seconds to a minute out before we get this cleaned up, but I just want to give everybody the update at home here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. 200-mile-an-hour GTR decided to go for a little bit longer of a drive, maybe do a little bit of mowing. So basically his new nickname is going to be the lawnmower, but hopefully his car is okay. That's all we can really hope for at this point. Nothing worse than take a look on your screen now. It's on the back of that rollback. Let's see if we can get a good view of. Oh, that's the pumpkin spice latte. Maybe that's what he was doing, looking for a beverage. I don't see anything obvious, so that's good news. Maybe he had some brake failure or something. Looks like just the front bumper, and maybe that passenger side wheel looks a little off. So hopefully it's an easy fix for them, and they get right back out here. In the meantime, we're back racing, baby. That's Tyler McGinnity in that BMW M5, I believe. Pretty sure that's what I see up on my board there. Yep, I believe so. Hi, everybody. Thank you, and welcome back to the Indy Airstrip Attack. Brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Appreciate everybody being here today. Everybody that's here and everybody that's at home. My understanding is there's close to 2 million people. That's 2 millionths watching at home, so that's a lot of views for Marion, Indiana. Appreciate all the support and focus, and of course our syndication partners. That's Carbuzz. They're out here in that plum crazy purple, basically that Dodge. The thing's pretty cool looking. I love that plum crazy purple. They're out here having a good time. Of course, we got Street FX. They're carrying us as well. Right now, I'm trying to see who's actually out on there racing. I think that was Ryan Stroller in the Camaro and Christopher Ambrosetti in that GT500. What you see there. We got That Racing Channel, 1320 video. And you know what? We just love you all equally. That's what it is. So it looks like we've got Slava taking in the Huracan downtown, serving him up a big slice, apple pie. Right there, you saw it. 920 horsepower in that M6. Going up against Todd Durham in that Lamborghini Huracan, 146.77. Great to be back to racing out here in Indiana. That's our grid girl, Chrissy. You can find her on Instagram, Chrissy for Cars. Definitely want to check that out. She's been a grid girl for, I don't know, a bit. She knows what she's doing. She can arm drop better than most, many, if not all. Right now we got Michael Stillwell in that Z06, Steve Barry in the Charger. For Steve Barry, that's from Ignite Racing Fuel. Somebody needs to show him where the gas pedal is. He got kind of a slow start, so we'll work on that. Mr. Barry. We got the unleaded 88 car coming back for more action. Mark Bales in that Challenger Scat Pack. Arthur Richardson, the GT350 up next to him. Arthur's been a best of 137.9. Both unleaded 88 cars. Both full send. Gotta like that. Corbin Johnson, 2020 GT500, coming up against Kevin Mounts in that LS300 Lexus. Lexus been a best of 132.4. Mustang 151.9. Having a good time out here. This beautiful sunny weather out here in Marion, Indiana. Appreciate everybody joining us out here. Some racing, some cool cars. Thank you to the city of Marion, Indiana. Appreciate their support as always. Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Obviously, without all their support with Unleaded 88, where would we be, right? So you're rejoining us out here while we're getting to some racing. Right here, when you see me do this, I'm actually looking at my screen. You probably can't see it because it's just off camera there, but this is my announcement screen. I can actually see the cars, what comes up, and what kind of mile an hour, in case a couple of you were asking. So here we go, Ryan. Is it going to be another 200-mile-an-hour pass? Sure looked and sounded like it to me. I'm waiting for the mile an hour to pop up. Been a best of 204.08, 203.53. There's a little warmer right now. You just never know. Still a fantastic run for him. Steve Crabtree in that BMW M6, Julian Bassler in that Nismo. Beautiful GTR. There they are right there. Beautiful looking Nismo. Don't see a lot of those. Always nice when you do. You can see it there on your screen. Hopefully he uses the brakes unlike that last GTR, huh? I'm just kidding. Hopefully everybody's okay there. So Steve Crabtree in the M6 with a 131.6, 141.24 for the Nismo. Bryce Clark going up against Nadim in his 335i. 335i, that's no joke. Been a best of 151.2. He is going to put some bus lengths on the Corvette. For sale, black Corvette. Just saying. BMW with a 159.8. Corvette with a 133.8. Now we got Thomas Harris, 1600 horsepower GTR, 191.4. Jennifer Harper in the Camaro. Been a best of 153.2. Somebody show the GTR where the brake pedal is. Please, please. Not the greatest start for the Camaro, but nonetheless, GTR is going to say, peace out, I'm gone. Looks and sounds like a clean run from my vantage point in that GTR. 1600 horsepower, been a best of 191.4. What did it do this time? 191.65, got a little faster like that. Jennifer Harper cleaning up the tail end there with a 157.4. Now we got Greg. Look at this beautiful 75 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I mean, what do you think about that? Now guess what? It's been a best of 153.3. This is going up against the Corvette Z06, been a best of 148.8. And he is going to tow that Corvette all the way down. Look at this thing go. I think that is the first Cherokee I've ever seen. First one I've ever seen out here at one of these events. 950 horsepower. I believe it's LS powered from what I saw. Had the largest hairdryer turbo I've ever seen in my life. Thing barely fit under the hood. It looked like a turbo. It basically looked like a motor was attached to a turbo. Pretty crazy. 151.6 Joe with a 147.3. Now we got Robert Barnes. He's coming out with a Lincoln Mark 8. Regina Graham in that Charger SRT. Also, I have in my hands, I have someone's Indiana ID card. Never mind, looks like it's been found. Pretty crazy cars out here. Got a little Mark 8 Lincoln. Regina on that Charger SRT, mile an hour. Looks like 129.01 for Regina. 102.9 for the Mark 8. Michael Lopez in that Porsche 911. Been a best of 164.5, 600 horsepower in that beast. Rami Swan, no slouch. Been a best of 163.04, 700 horsepower in that Mustang. It's our grid girl, Chrissy. I nicknamed her Supermodel. That's pretty much what she's doing out there. Arm drop. Boom. There you go. Looks like the Porsche. Woo! Take him downtown to the Coleeners. Definitely a higher mile an hour there. Started out pretty close, 164.05 for Lopez in that Porsche, 111.66 for Rami. I'm not sure what happened to him. He got out of it pretty early. Greg Kelson, Corvette Z06, been a best of 95 miles an hour, 1,500 horsepower. Something tells me it's going to get crazier on this run. Hopefully they got that thing sorted out. There's that beautiful Jeep Cherokee. Love that car. Well, love that Jeep, I should say. Oh, he's out. He's in. He's out. He's in. We're not sure what he's doing. Is he going fast? Is he going slow? So I do have an Indiana ID card coming up here. It looks like, and I'll have to compare it and see what's what. If you're missing an Indiana ID card, and your last name is Montrell, or maybe that's your middle name. I'm not sure how they do it here in Indiana, but I have your ID card up here at the MC area. Please come up and grab it. I hate to give it to the wrong person, so I'll ask a couple questions and certainly make sure it gets to its rightful owner. I'm not sure what happened to that Z06, but he got a little faster. We'll leave it at that. Wiley Coyote in that GT500 up against David Perlman in that GTR. 153.3 for the GT500, 136.9. Seems a little slow for him. Not sure what's going on there in the GTR. Edward Goebel, 19 Corvette coming up right now here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and, of course, Unleaded 88. Connor Kennedy in the BMW 335. Looks like it's going to be an early lead there with the Corvette, but will he be able to maintain it? I don't know. Nope. And he got out of it too. Oh yeah, well, welcome once again out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. Beautiful Marion, Indiana. It's a gorgeous day out here. Very little breeze, if any. You can probably see by my flag right there. Pretty cool. Of course, we're brought to you by Unleaded 88. Appreciate their sponsorship and support, everything. Indiana Corn Marketing Council, what can I say? Hopefully you heard my interview earlier with them. Appreciate all the support from basically everybody here in Indiana. It's been a great experience. We'll get back to some racing right now. Another BMW 135 up against David Sanders in that Charger. See it there in your screen. 165.56. That's a real fast 135i. David Sanders Charger 129.9. Lots of great racing out here. David Webster, he's made quite a few passes in this thing. Been a best of 149.2. It's the big orange pumpkin beast. Not to be confused with the pumpkin spice latte GTR that went through earlier. That's a different one. 144.7 for David in that Challenger. Larry Mangus in that 19 Corvette up against Robert Paxton, that 14 Mustang. Looks like he's been a best of 151 to 150.7 in the Corvette. Corvette's going to drag him down to the end for sure. $151.9 to $145.6. Ryan Kuberjet, a 1,400 horsepower Porsche, been a best of 201. Definitely part of the 200 mile an hour club. I remember 4 years ago, the 200 mile an hour club was pretty small. Seems to be growing. Quite a few 200 mile an hour cars, and every time I call one, it's still impressive to me. We'll call this car the Banana Split because as soon as she drops her arm, that car is going to split. Boom! She gone. Nice looking car. He's on the boil. You can see the nose jumping up and down between gears. Still in it. What's that mile an hour going to be? Did he go over 200? Let's find out. Ryan with a 188.44 that run. Now we got 2011 Lamborghini Gallardo, 1,700 horsepower, a bit of best of 133.02. He is there. A little bit of smoke coming off the backside. You can see it there on your screen. Hopefully everything's okay. Looked a little faster than last time though. 185.87 that time around. Ryan Scholler, 17 Camaro up against Christopher Ampersand in that GT 500. That's a 136 to a 129.9 in the Camaro. See our good friends 1320 right there at the starting line getting some action. And no, I'm not talking about the grid girl action. I'm talking about the car action. Just want to make sure I get that pointed out. Some of you guys make comments. Just saying. Yeah, right there. There's 1320. Car action, not grid girl action. Just saying. Ah. Hey, look, he's going to text. He's texting me right now. What did you just say? Just kidding. All right. Camaro on GT 500. Here we go. Side by slide. That was shockingly close. Mile an hour, 133.4 to 130.59, new best for the Camaro. Good job there. Now it looks like we got Joseph Price in the Hayabusa up against Rami Swan. Hopefully he's got his stuff fixed and figured out. There's that beautiful Lambo Gallardo. Nice looking car there. Hayabusa with the long toe strap for Rami Swan. 185.34. And that's close to the personal best there for today. 157.7. Both those pretty fast runs. Thomas in that Challenger Hellcat up against Pilatus in that Audi S6. Of course, they must have moved cars on me a little bit. I hate it when they do that. Either way, that's a Porsche, not an Audi. It's just the way it's registered. My bad. Mile an hour. 142.1 to 151.06. It's a good view of basically our pre-grid right there. Cars making their way down to the grid area. Michael Stillwell in that Corvette. Ben Dorn in that GT 500. Looks like he's going to give him a darn good beating is what he's going to do. Got to get that social distancing in. Well, it's working. 158.6 for Ben. 145.9 for the Z06. Jacob Schroeder, Camaro 1LE. Audrius in that Trackhawk. Watch this thing launch. Woo! Bit of best of 138.6. Pretty crazy. Something happened to the... I guess he's back on it. Sounded kind of bad there for a minute. Hopefully you guys can hear me a little better now. Realize I got turned down some. There's Jacob. 151.3 to 168 in the Trackhawk. We got Dominic McCann in that Corvette. 147.5 been best so far. Car sure sounds good. Got a parachute. And it looks like he's going to use it as he gets out of the gas, then hit the chute. 174.4. New best today, 1,229 horsepower in Dominic's Corvette. Nice run there. Corey Combs, Mustang GT Tracy in that 335 IS. That's that Cookie Monster Blue. Flew by you so far, but will the BMW take that? Probably not. I think he's going to go around. Oh, it's going to be tight. How's this going to unfold? It's going to unfold by Cookie Monster going around the outside. .145.11. Tracy, the 98.86. Not sure what happened there. Michael Stout, 2,000 horsepower Corvette coming back. There he is. That looks like a real fast run. I believe that's Vengeance Racing, if I'm not mistaken. Mile an hour, 206.61 miles an hour. That is the new fastest mile an hour, I believe, of the day. Snuck up on that one. Went from 160 to 184 to 188 to 206. What is left in that car? Woo! How'd you guys like that? That's what I'm talking about. Robert Barnes in that Mark 8. Michael Kulach in that Mustang. You're just out for a nice Saturday night or Saturday drive. Probably got the AC on. Listening to Michael Bolton. Back of the grid now. We got Steve Berry. We showed him where the gas pedal is. Mark in that Mustang GT, been a best of 167.85. Look at, he found it. Look at him go. Go, Berry, go, Berry, go, Berry, go. Mustang is not going to wait. Mark with 1,000 horsepower in that beast. Mark with a blistering. That was a pretty good run for him. We're still waiting for the Mark 8 to get to the finish line. Let's see what we do here. 128.8 for Jay Berry in Steve Berry's Charger. He found the gas pedal. That's awesome. Mark, I'm waiting for his mile an hour to show up. Not sure where that's at. Got a couple more cars right after that, so David Webster and Austin Washington in that apple green Mustang GT. Finally got Mark's time in that, or mile an hour in that GT. It was the Mustang before. It was 145.8. David Webster coming up in that mile an hour. Austin did a 127.08. Webster looking for that. Looks like we got a little delay on that one side for whatever reason. Just kind of waiting and figuring it out. You can wait with me. Meantime, thanks for being here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. Hopefully you're catching us on one of our syndication partners. Of course, I got Car Buzz. I got 1320 Video. Kyle and the team are out here all day today. Always love seeing them. A lot of fun to hang out with. That Racing Channel, hung out with those guys too. They're a blast. Revolution.com, what can I say about those guys? Shift Sector, come on. I think you already know how I feel there. Street FX. JeffreyJhart.com. So Austin did a 127.08. Somebody tell that guy not to rev his car up every time he goes by. If you can hear me, stop revving your car up, please. If you do, throw rice out as you drive by. I mean, really. Messing up my microphone, man. Edward Goebel in that 19 Corvette did a 140.32. Now we're up with Larry Magnus and his Corvette. Robert Paxson in the Mustang. You see him right there. There goes that orange Corvette. Larry Magnus in that Corvette 152.4. That's a new personal best. Robert Paxson with a 143.7. Corbin Johnson right there in that GT500. Ben Stoner. That's a 2020 GT500, by the way. Ben Stoner in that GT350 800R twin turbo. Pretty crazy matchup right there. Looks like like he got way out of it at the end. I'm not sure what was going on there. $110.76 for the GT500. 94.1. Looks like they both got out of it. I don't know what's up there. Kind of crazy. There's our grid girl, Chrissy, trying to get them lined up. Well, there you guys go at home. Looks like we got both grid girls out there, I think. I can't see real clear on my vantage point. Vladis in that Audi S6, Thomas in that Challenger. Looks like we got an in-car in one of those, in-car camera in one of those. Not sure which. Looks like the Porsche to me. With my screen so dull, it's hard for me to see, so my bad. In the Porsche, 150.9, 144.05 for Thomas in the Challenger. Brian Zolman in the Mustang, Jacob Schroeder in the Camaro 1LE. Both these guys have made numerous runs. 162.7 for the 1LE, 149.5. Well, they changed it on me. Now we're looking at a Mercedes. Mike Wu in the GTC AMG, but a best of 150.85. Jacob Schroeder there in the 1LE. Lots of traction-related things going on in that Camaro. Camaro makes some power, too. 800 is what it shows up here on my screen. 149.01 to 161.5. Jacob still moving in that thing. Now I got Jody Workman, 2010 Mustang, Sean Coffin in that Magnum RT, been a best of 115.89. He's just hoping for a 116 anything. But he is the only Dodge Magnum out here, so there is that, and it's an RT. There you go. Mustang towed him down to the end there for him. Nice run there. 129.01 to 115.62. Look at that. He got a new personal best. Austin Washington Mustang GT. Josh Spence in that CTSV wagon. That thing is bad fast. Let's see what he can pull off this time around. 1,800 horsepower in the CTSV wagon. Been a best of 197.7. That is no joke. It's not hauling the mail. It's not hauling the groceries. It's hauling all of it. Oh, that looks fast to me. What's that mile an hour going to be? Whoa. Wow. He drove through the chute, too. Nicely done there. Wow. What was that mile an hour? 198.50 miles an hour for the CTSV wagon. What do you think about that? That's a fast wagon. That was pretty cool. Austin cleaning up the tail end there with a 124.55. He had a pretty good view of that 198.5 mile an hour run from Josh in that wagon. Nicely done. Somebody needs to remind everyone the return lane mile an hour is less than what they're doing, not the actual freeway speed limit. David Webster, 17 Challenger. Corey Combs, Mustang GT, did a 149.4 to a 148.4 for David Webster. You got Edward Goebel coming up that 19 Corvette. There you see him right there. He is launched. Good, clean, solo run right there. Got the whole airstrip to himself. $139.49. Pretty close to personal best, second best run of for him for the day. Gotta like that. I'm waiting for my next car is those two. Let's see here. A couple Mustangs. Okay, Corbin Johnson, that GT500, Ben Stoner, and that twin-turbo GT350. I don't know why they're getting out of it. Can't quite figure out that mentality. We're here to go fast, but nonetheless, they're doing something on their own, it looks like. Maybe they're filming. That could be. Corbin Johnson with a 148.3. Ben Stoner keeps pulling out of it for whatever reason at 87.28. Colton Green coming up in that 09 135i right there. Cars can be really fast. He's been a best of 141.6. I think the record I've called is in the 190s in these cars, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. $143.5 right there for Colton Green and the 135i. Just waiting for, we got an in-car camera right here. It's a Corvette, obviously. Going up against that AMG GT. We should maybe post the return lane speed. Apparently it's a race to get back. So here we go. We got that AMG GT. We got an in-car camera in that atomic orange Corvette. Just watch him shift. Kind of cool. Is he going to beat that? You can see it right there. Is he going to get around that that AMG? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, he's sneaking up on him. Is he going to make it? Oh, it was right there. That's a pretty good in-car view right there. Mike Wu in that AMG GTC, 150.15. Travis in the Corvette with the in-car camera, 158.51. He went, woof, right around him. Austin Washington, 2011 Mustang GT, been a best of 129.4. That's that really cool apple green Mustang right there. Good going. Nice run by Austin Washington there. 127.66. Now we got David Webster in the Challenger, Edward Goebel in the Corvette. Out here live at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Unleaded 88 and the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Appreciate all their support. Pretty good launch by both of them. Webster with the easy tow. 600 horsepower might do that. I'd like to give a big shout out to Nicene. Thank you, Nicene. She does an amazing job here, as the entire Shift Sector team does, and Revolution.com. Not easy putting these big events together. I have the easiest job here, guaranteed, and believe you me, they would all agree to that. David Webster with a 148.22, Edward Goebel with a 139.8. I think the return road is turned into the Autobahn. Everybody having a good time at home and here? Yeah? You can yell. So, hey, welcome back here again to the Indy Airstrip Attack. Let me give you the lowdown and the rundown of what's about ready to happen. It's kind of fun, super exciting. I can't wait. We're going to do our finals. That's coming up here momentarily, probably 20, 30 minutes or so. So we're going to wait. We got to get all the cars lined up and ready for that. We'll cut our feed for just a bit. But you're not going to want to miss this. The runoffs and the finals are amazing. Side-by-side 200-mile-an-hour cars in some cases, depending on the class. So want to thank Indy Airstrip Attack, obviously, thanks to the Indy Airstrip Attack for having us here, Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Unleaded 88, obviously our syndication partners, That Racing Channel, Street FX, Revolution.com, Car Buzz, 1320 Video, and Shift Sector. So we will be back here momentarily. You can find me at MC Jimmy on Instagram. Of course, I'll shout out some others as well, but appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back here in 20 to 30 minutes, so don't you go too far.
Is Emma. She cares about her kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with Unleaded 88. Emma knows Unleaded 88 keeps our air cleaner and healthier. Nate knows Unleaded 88 is safe for his engine with higher octane for better performance. And they both really like the money they save at the pump. Emma and Nate think Unleaded 88 is pretty darn great. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
I'm proud to grow the corn that goes into Unleaded 88 fuel. Unleaded 88 fuel is the clean-burning, 15% ethanol blend that is better for our air and earth kind.
Not only is Unleaded 88 cleaner, but it's a higher octane, lower cost fuel source that fits virtually every vehicle on the road today. It's going to help your vehicle run more efficiently.
Now, Unleaded 88 is great for my race cars because it enhances power, is more affordable, and better for the environment. Now look for that blue and yellow pump to win.
This is Emma. She cares about her kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with Unleaded 88. Emma knows Unleaded 88 keeps our air cleaner and healthier. Nate knows Unleaded 88 is safe for his engine with higher octane for better performance. And they both really like the money they save at the pump. Emma and Nate think Unleaded 88 is pretty darn great. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.